You should call that a hypothesis. Okay? You don't say, well, I have a theory. No, you have a hypothesis. All right? There's a difference. Now, I'm not uniquely blaming anybody, and my colleagues are not using these words in this way that I'm trying to describe to, but I'm working on them. So, for example, what's the movie? Stephen Hawking, Theory of Everything, okay? So it really should be named the hypothesis of everything, okay? Because it's not, it's a hypothesis in progress, okay? But I spoke to the string theorists, and they're not really ready to do this yet. They don't want to go there. Oh, by the way, I wrote a 1,000-word op-ed, basically, on much of what you just heard, but more. And the Huffington Post will likely print it in the next couple of days, so you might look for that. It's 1,000 words. It's a little more sort of organized in a sort of print way, you know, paragraph by paragraph, instead of me just emoting up here. But let's take a look at science as a means of exploration. That's what we do as children. We explore our environment. What do kids do? Every kid you know, every toddler is exploring their natural environment. And what are you doing? You say, don't do that. Don't step to the edge. Don't stop that. Don't do that. And as the saying goes, you spend the first year of their lives teaching them how to walk and talk, and the rest of their lives telling them to shut up and sit. It's true. The problem is not scientifically illiterate children, it's scientifically illiterate adults, especially when it's an adult who has power and is in charge. In the 21st century, that is a combustible mixture of someone who is not scientifically literate, who is in power and controlling the future of society in a century where being scientifically literate may be what separates us from thriving or from extinction. So exploration is this thing that we have. It's a thing. Now, yes, you don't want the toddler to kill themselves, and most of what they will do will kill them. But find where it's not killing them, and maybe they'll break some of your dishes. That's an experiment in what happens to brittle objects when they hit another solid object. And that's an experiment. You think they're just breaking stuff, but they're actually exploring their world. I saw a mother and a daughter coming back from a concert, a kid's concert, and it had been raining, and the kid has on a raincoat and galoshes on, and there's a muddy puddle there. And the kid sees the puddle and is walking towards the puddle, and I'm trying to say, okay, let the kid jump in the puddle. You know the kid wants to jump in the puddle. Let the kid jump. And what does the mother do? Come out from out there, don't go through the puddle. And I'm thinking, you just destroyed an experiment in how craters are made, okay? There's a whole thing going on there that just got squashed. Why? Because you don't want to clean their clothes. Well, you don't have kids so that you don't have to do kid laundry, right? You have kids. Kids are going to break stuff. They are centers of human entropy, all right? But you knew this in advance. How do you know if it's not that kid who would make the crater in the puddle that they're going to be the first to go to Mars? Well, we got some of these people among us. There's Mars One. You might have heard this. There's a dude named Baz Luhrmann who actually interviewed for Star Talk last season in the spring. He announced a few years ago he wants to put a permanent human colony of 4 people by 2023 and grow that number in the years to follow. But there's one catch. It's a one-way trip. So I ain't signing up. Okay? But he had thousands of people interested in this. And when I interviewed him, I thought it was a little odd because in some of those cases, it was one half of a married couple where they were encouraged by their partner to do this. I thought that was a little, what did that mean? Yes, my wife is supportive of me She wants me to go. Because she loves me. It's like, I don't know. Okay, I'm not getting in the middle of that. So it's the one, and he's got sponsors, and so there's real money in this, and he might sell it as a reality show, and he's got these sort of they've already sort of sketched it out, and so I have issues with this. I applaud the fact that he's thinking this way at all, because somebody's got to at least think like that. Otherwise, nobody goes anywhere. And so let me just say that up front. Personally, if you go to Mars and live in one of these things, it's going to be 72 degrees with oxygen to breathe, and so you're going to Mars to live in an Earth-like space in those HAB modules. So you're basically living on Earth on Mars, not living on Mars. What you really want to do is like terraform Mars, okay? The people dragged here, that might be the first time you've heard that word. Who's the first time you heard the word terraform? It's an awesome word, by the way. First time you heard the word? Terraform. The rest of you agree with me? It's an awesome word? Yeah, one of the best words of the last 2 decades. It's where you take a planet and you seed it, you put energy sources, you put microbes, and then on their own, they convert that hostile planet into an Earth-like environment with trees and animals and things. So, and then you just go to the planet because you turned it into Earth. So that's called terraforming. So I'll sign me up for Mars. I'll do this if it's a vacation, but I want to come back. All right. So I want to come back. If you want to send me there, make it another Earth, and I'm good to go. By the way, there are people who want to do this just as a safety, so we put our species' eggs in more than one basket. Because if something bad happens on Earth, like an asteroid takes us out, like one took out the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. So Stephen Hawking and who's Mr. Tesla, Elon Musk, and influential people are saying we need to colonize Mars so that we're a two-planet species, and that way it reduces the risk of going extinct. So I said extinct from what? They said an asteroid or a virus or attack robots, whatever. And I'm thinking, whatever energy and effort it takes to terraform, one other thing, plus they want to have another planet to go to in case we totally trash Earth. Okay? That's like the escape plan for when Earth. This is what they were doing in the movie Interstellar. Oh, Wally. Oh, sorry. I was thinking Interstellar here.
Wally.
You were thinking Wally. All right. That's okay. But Wally's like 10 years old, you know? That's Wally. That's why I thought you would have said Interstellar. Yes. But here's my thing. If you can go to another planet, terraform it, turn it into an Earth, because you just trashed Earth. If you have the power of geoengineering to turn Mars into Earth, then surely you have the power to turn Earth back into Earth.
Amen.
I think. It seems to me. And whatever it takes to terraform Earth and ship 1 billion people there, that's got to be more effort, I think, than deflecting the asteroid that might hit it. Or figuring out a virus, make us virus-proof. Whatever is the investment. So I think it's fun to do, but to have that be the reason why you're doing it, I think is not realistic, given how much effort and energy and cost it would be. And then suppose there is an asteroid coming that we can't deflect. Sorry, everyone we left on Earth. We'll watch you go extinct, but at least the species will continue via us. How does that conversation even go? So just save it all. Focus on saving us rather than spreading out the eggs. Sorry. Okay, so we hear about life too. You know, here's like this is the rover, the Curiosity rover, and here's how you know you're living in the future. I'm showing you high-resolution color photograph taken from the Martian surface by an SUV-sized robotic rover. And you say, oh, that's a picture from Mars. It's like, holy shit, it's from Mars! That's cool, because we're there, right? We got this. So is a search for life one of the great drivers of being scientifically curious? Is see if anything else is out there like us? Okay? We use the method. Yes, you don't need science to just see what's lurking behind the tree or under a rock. You just go there. But you need the curiosity of a scientist or the curiosity of a toddler to do that. Those are the same things. But also, if you want to actually make measurements, you want to send tools to do this, scientific tools. And that's what the Curiosity rover does. Now, I slipped in a photo here. It's the very first picture taken by the rover, and it wasn't ever released. I used to serve on the board of NASA, and so I had access. I had access. So the very first picture was never released. I'm still trying to figure out why it was never released. And so I was looking, I'm looking at, I thought maybe the terrain looked empty. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know. Top people working on that. There's a sign.